Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And this year I am doing, I think I did it last year, although I'm not sure. I know, get on with the story. A journal page on the flat in celebration of my birthday. It's my birthday. It was my birthday a couple of days ago. It was my birthday. So, any hoodles, we are just going along. I have this picture from September of 2015 that I drew way back when. And I'm going to use color pencils on it. Or I am using color. I did use color pencils on it. What colors, you may ask? I have absolutely no idea. But otherwise, list of ingredients in the description below. Click on ... more, or is that more ... y'all, whichever it is. If you're curious, check it out. As you may or may not be aware of, when you are painting and coloring and stuff like that, it's a kind of a push and pull with the darks and the lights. And y'all know, I've said it before, I'm not a real big colorer with pencils or markers even too. Markers are even worse. But, you know, I do better with paint. Why did I choose a pencil? I don't know. I just did. Oh, and the difference in the size of the picture face that I'm coloring, okay? I originally drew it and it was whatever size that was. And I didn't want to use color pencil on it because it was on heavy watercolor paper. And as you know, that has texture. I chose to scan it and print it off onto cardstock, my favorite. So I would have a smoother surface for color pencil, because I was like, yeah, let's color pencil, because we don't do it near often enough, as y'all probably already know. So it's not a base of me per se, but I'm kind of going to use it as representational of myself in honor of my birthday day. So yeah, the only thing that it has that I have are the brown eyes. All right, just saying, because that's bad. Well, probably the skin coloring. I'm Caucasian, so it's pretty close. Well, you can see with my hands next to the colorations and all that stuff. So it's push and pull, and yeah, we probably go way too long on the color pencil. Oh, speaking of, it is sped up. Yeah, a lot. So if you want to, and you have the ability on whichever device you're using to slow it down to see more butter, okay, you can slow it down. Click the little gear, cog thingy, and choose the speed at which you view it. Of course, with that said, whether you speed it up even more or slow it down, the voiceover will change appropriately. So, yeah, there would be that issue. And yes, I have a little bobo on my fingers. No big deal. Actually, that I did this yesterday, and my fingers all more butter today. You would never even know it had a bobo on it. What luck. So we're just going along and just coloring and coloring and coloring. Now we are purting turquoisey blue hair on her. I don't have turquoisey blue hair. I am considered an elder. I'm elderly. Whatever statistic, people. I don't have blue hair. I have had turquoisey streak, splotch going across my hair. It's been a while since I colored my hair. Probably before the pandemic, the plague, because I kind of stopped going out. So it's like, Why put the color in there? It's just me. I don't even look in the mirror because I don't necessarily want to see myself. If you know what I mean. That neck of mine is it my neck is elderly, I'll tell you what. My brain, well, maybe my brain is too. I don't know. You know, I got the brain things. Anyway, I am not elderly. Statistical people. Oh, about your white pencil. Excuse me. You want to use white pencil for blending. It does soften it and it makes it nice. Not necessarily a blending pencil. They don't work the same, y'all. But anyway, if you're using a white pencil, well, actually, if you're going to use blending pencil too, look at me crawfishing all over town. What's new? Nothing new about that. Anyway, you want to keep the other colors from intermixing, so you want to keep that cleaned off, okay? Yeah, that. That. And I thank you in advance for the birthday wishes that you've either previously given me or are going to be leaving in the kind comment section today. I appreciate it. In fact, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm grateful for you. You help make me happy. You help keep me encouraged to doing all this stuff that I so enjoy doing. And I hope that you believe and you know that if I can do it, you can do it too. You just got to use that little practice, okay? Practice, practice, practice. That's a big practice, y'all. Anyway, just moving along. Coloring, coloring, coloring. Running out of things to say. Oh, one of the cardstock that was in the promo picture, I end up not using it. Okay, we'll talk more about that in an hour or two, but you know, it's like, no, not that. So we're just coloring along. Blue, turquoisey, little slight purpley blue going on, and makes me happy, y'all. I'm pretty pleased with how this little face came out. Yes, I know. A little Minecrafty on that little squarey stuff. And her hair is pulled back so tight. She looks like she shaved on the sides of her head. She needs a little deeper color on her lips. And, you know, we try to blush her up pretty good. And all that. So, like I said, the video is pretty well sped up. I may have drawn this on a video back in 2015. I don't know, y'all. I didn't go back and look, and I don't think I'll go back and look now. A long time ago. That's a long time ago, isn't it? 5, 6, like almost 8 years even, probably, something like that. So, I know, I agree. Her eyes do look a little saddish. That's because people keep calling her an elder. She's not. She's not elderly. Statistical people. So we embossed with an embossing folder this here 3D lace thing. It's a Sizzix, y'all. Anyway, I put the gold on it, but I wasn't real happy with the gold. So I'm going to try to put this black on there. And I think my ink pad's a bit dry because it wasn't making me happy either. And I'm like, well, let's try some white. And I'm like, no, this white's not doing anything for me at all. Y'all, sometimes I get, well, you know, so insistent on using a particular thing, I can't let it go. And I'm like, well, no. Then I have to wipe off, you know, the color transfer on the ink pad. And I'm like, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. My background was probably too colorful to do 3D embossing on, but that's just the way it goes. So then we got out this here distress white, and I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, I like that. Yes, that kind of makes me happy. So we're proceeding on to trimming it out. because that's what I wanted to do. That was my whole objective from the get-go. That's the background. And I thought, well, that looks like carp. I love that background, y'all, and I wanted to use it so much, but no. So then I decided, well, let's just put some black on it. So I did a little embossing on the little scrap of that, did the same whites and golds and all that like I did before, and then we put the black on there because, you know, we wanted it to look the same. So I got out a piece of purple. It's purple. I know it probably looks blue on your screen, but it's a medium to light purple, not lavender. Well, maybe it is lavender, depending on how dark your lavender is. Y'all, oh, the way I have to explain things in my own head just to make my own head satisfied. So I'm taking, I think it's plum garden patina, one of my favorites. And then I think I also use a majestic purple, majestic violet. Excuse me, violet. It's violet. You're turning violet, Violet. Anyway, and we are not worried about keeping that stencil exactly in the exact same position. We're not, okay? Y'all that know me, and if you don't, you're about to learn. I am not a real big numbers person. I like to pretend at being scientifical and doing experimental stuff from time to time, but I'm not really inclined in that direction. I had some education on it, but no, not advanced education. So we're just going along and doing that. I'm not doing the corners because that's where my little lacy bits are going to go, you know. Because see how much better that looks on there? Now in real life it looks really good. And the photo montage, you'll be able to see maybe more butter. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, just piddling around, just showing you real quick. So quick you couldn't even see what that stencil was. But it's in the description box, okay? It's not a box anymore. It's a paragraph or whatever it is, y'all. It's below. So I thought, well, let's put some matte medium on there so we keep all this nice and in the same place. And if we make a bobo, maybe we can wipe it off. I like to do that with the faces I paint and our color pencil, but I didn't do it until after I kind of put a bobo on her face. Anyway, it's not bad. Y'all probably wouldn't even notice. And if you do, don't notice, okay? Anyway. I got this washi tape, which looks adorable. It's colorful hearts, and she's just a colorful heart lady, okay? An elder. She's a colorful heart elder. In fact, y'all know, I've said it, I don't know, a lot probably so far this year, or I will. Just brace yourself for hearing it. I'm trying to use my washi tapes before it goes bad. I've already had to throw one away. The whole thing was like super glued to itself, roll removable, totally, okay? Anyway, I already got plans for what I'm going to do with them there, that eye washi. In fact, we may have even had that video by now. I don't know. I don't remember. No, not yet. It will be coming at future video. I'll be using that washi. So, be looking for it. Eyes. Be looking for it. Anyway. Again, I don't need to take it all the way across the top and the bottom on account of we're going to have the little lacy bits on there. And I do use glue on my washi because, you know, number one, it's old. Actually, number one is because washi tape is not considered a permanent tape. Its name implies that it can be removed, all right? So I use glue on it because it's not a permanent tape. Anywho, so this is a photograph for me. It's not necessarily this year. In fact, I think it's back from November last year. Anyway, I liked it. You can't see me, but I still liked it because I'm like, yeah, that's how we look so much in real life anymore. So I have it, and I took it, and it was, you know, crooked like that on purpose. That's not an accident. Anyway, and I've got a piece of the scrap of the lacy bit painty cardstock. Say that 20 times while you're not thinking about it. And I wanted it to kind of have ticket type corners, so I did that on the picture that I printed out, and now I'm doing it on the background. You know, I'm lining it up side to side, and that way it will have the same, you know, corners, and they'll look more gooder together. More gooder is not a real word. More butter is a real word. So just gluing that on. Yes, I thought I should make it a pocket because y'all know I like them. But I didn't. Okay? So we're setting that aside. And now I've got these little strips. And I've got these bunch of words that I printed out. Because when I print stuff out, if I have empty space on the page, I try to put words in it. Because, you know, I like words. A lot of words. You know that. You're listening, aren't you? Can you hear me? Anyway. So then I trimmed them out, not because I thought, those were, y'all, serendipitous is my word of the year again. I think it's my word of forever. Anyway, I thought those words fit me perfectly, all except one of them. Okay, well, there I am. Everything's all glued on. We put diamonds on there when you weren't looking, because I'm like, diamonds. See, I'm just showing you it's a pocket, but my picture goes up there in that top hand corner. Okay, we put some notes on the back. So out of those words and phrases, whatever, one of them doesn't really express me. Okay, the way I am. Ta-da! Photo montage. Y'all practically missed it. Anyway, you get to decide which one of those phrases or words I'm really not. Okay? And that breezy doesn't mean in a gas sort of way. It means easy breezy. I just didn't have the word easy on there because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm easy. Although I'm pretty easy. Anyway. Makes me happy. Yes. The whole thing. Look at that texture. Thanks so much for watching. And happy artin', y'all. There's a birthday bug in the corner.